Nitzavim, holding up the last Shabbat of the year, last Friday of the year. And obviously we have to prepare ourselves correctly for Yom Adin, correct?
Yes.
There are three things that we know that have the power to cancel any type of decree. What are the three things? Tefillah, Teshuvah, and Tzedakah ma'avirim et roach gezerah. So we all know Tefillah sounds good, obviously. Teshuvah, even better. What about Tzedakah? Why Chachamim are picking Tzedakah as one of the three things that can change the decree of a person? So in the past we spoke a little bit about it, but I saw something beautiful in name of the Leket Yosher. And he writes like this. Listen up. The reason halacha. One second. The reason halacha. If I lend money to somebody, somebody owes me money, according to the halacha, if I follow him to get the money, let's say he went to another country and I go after him to get the money, the halacha writes that he can decide to which bedin to take me. If he doesn't like this bedin, he thinks that the rabbis over there are too strict, he can look for another bedin. But the halacha writes that if the man that I lend him the money is still here in this country, he's still holding in the same place where I am, according to the halacha, he's not choosing anything. The only one to choose is the lender, the one that lends the money, the malveh. Says the halacha, the pasuk writes that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, how the pasuk writes, says, Eved loveh leish malveh. And say Chachamim malveh Hashem chonen dal. The Gemara writes that when a person gives tzedakah, you give charity, automatically you're becoming the malveh of God. Meaning you become the lender of God. You lend to Hashem money. And therefore, God owns you money. Say the Leket Yosher, he writes, at the moment that a Jew becomes the malveh in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, so the Jew have the power to decide which bedin he wants to take God. So on Rosh Hashanah, you can choose to take him in the bedin of Rachamim, to take him in the bedin of mercy. That's the power that I have to tzedakah. Really, the Gemara writes, it's a Masechet Bava Batra, the Gemara writes that if we will understand that pasuk, if the pasuk wasn't saying it, how can we even speak like that? That we're going to be the malveh of HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Say Chachamim, yes, that's the power. You give tzedakah, automatically you're becoming the lender of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And he says, it's amazing because there are three things the Gemara writes that Gemilut Hasadim are even greater than tzedakah itself. Tzedakah you do with your money. Gemilut Hasadim you can do it with your body as well. Right? Not only rich people. Also, tzedakah is only for poor people. And Gemilut Hasadim goes even to the rich. Doesn't matter if he can have millions in his bank account. If I do chesed with him, it's better. And says the Gemara as well, that tzedakah is even greater than, the Gemilut Hasadim, I'm sorry, it's even greater that tzedakah, because it's tzedakah, you do it, so we say mamono, we said in his body, and mechaim, or even after death. Tzedakah applies only when it's alive, when the person that is asking for money is alive. Gemilut Hasadim, there is chesed also with the metim and also with the chaim. Says the Gemara, that's why when we're talking about tefillah, teshuvah, and tzedakah, we have to understand tzedakah is not only when I'm putting actual money into the pocket or into the hand of somebody else, but it's even greater when I'm doing Gemilut Hasadim. There was a great rabbi. His name was the Admor of Tzvil, I think it was. He said that one time he was walking Erev Yom Kippur to his shul. You know, the Hasidim, also the Ashkenazim in general, they wear special garments, white garments. he was already, the kittel, yeah, he was already prepared for Yom Kippur with his beautiful talit, everything. He was walking to the shul, and he was passing next to the shul, and he realized that there is one of his neighbors, that something is going wrong in the pipes of his house. There is some water coming out. Automatically, the rabbi took out the talit, he gave it to the one that was walking with him, and he started to fix himself the pipe. The shamash saw that, he jumped on the rabbi. Rabbi, Kavod HaTorah, what's going on over here? He says, Kavod HaTorah, you don't understand. The kavod that I'm having is that throughout helping this Jew, especially out of Yom Kippur, I'm going to be able to get a Hatimat Tova the whole entire year. They said about the great Rav Lev Yitzchak Mibarditchov, that he was very famous on all the time judging for good. He said that one time he decided was Erev Rosh Hashanah, and he said to all his community, whoever wants to get a beracha from me, it should come this day at this hour, and if you want to give me a name for beracha, every person that will give me a name, you have to pay a certain amount of money. Money for name. Now you cannot include two names for one. No. You have to give the same amount for every single one of your members of the family if you want a beracha. He said that you can imagine Hasidim, whatever the rabbi says, it's Chodesh Chodeshim. They decided, yalla, everybody went to the rabbi's house, Erev Rosh Hashanah, with the kvitel, it's called, with the special paper with the names, and with the money prepared, and every single one was giving the money of tzedakah. Obviously he's going for tzedakah, and the rabbi wasn't taking a penny to himself. There is a lady that comes up, and she comes with a list, and there are two names in the list, her name and the name of her son. And she put only an amount of money for one person. So the rabbi looks at her, and he says, I said clearly that I'm not going to give beracha for somebody that is not going to put the money. But Rabbi, I have no money. He said, you can have no money. You don't have money. You don't get beracha. It's not. I said that whoever pays is the one that gets beracha. Then she said, okay, I doesn't have the money to pay. Erase me for the least. Put my son. So he looked at her and he says, why to erase you? You should do the beracha. Your son is younger and, Says, no, Rabbi. Me, I don't care what's going to be with me. What I care is about Be'ezat Hashem, my son, that he will grow in Torah, in Yirat Shamayim. I want the beracha for my son, not for me. Whatever HaKadosh Baruch Hu will judge me on Rosh Hashanah, I accept it. Said the rabbi with a smile, said, that's what I was waiting for. He turns up, and he went to the Echal, he opened up the Echal, and he said, Borei Olam, look how a woman, that she's ready to give up all her year, only for her son to give beracha. And you, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we are your kids, we are your sons. You're not going to give up everything to give us a great Shana Mevorechet, a great year of health and good things. Rabotai, one of the main things on Rosh Hashanah, and not only on Rosh Hashanah, those days, that starts Aseret Demei Teshuvah, that are starting from Rosh Hashanah, and they're ending up on Yom Kippur. It's one thing. It's the point of how do we think about my fellow Jew. If it is with money, like we mentioned a minute ago, if it is with chesed, or just by thinking positive. How many times we're passing on the shul and we see certain people, automatically we have that vision that, this guy, I don't like him, I don't like his face, I don't like his attitude, whatever. Automatically we're becoming judges. Say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you want me to judge you for good? I need you also to judge for good. How you judge for good? Those people that you see and you think certain things in your mind, no one knows about it. Let's try to change it. Let's try to think positive. There was an amazing story that happened up with one of the greatest rabbis in Belgium. He was the Av Bedin of Belgium. This rabbi, he used to learn in Europe in one of the yeshivot. And it happened to be that back then the yeshivot didn't have dorms. Normal dorms they didn't have. There were certain yeshivot that didn't have enough money. So there were some beds, and if you were, a good student, you were able to get the bed. Now, even good students, there were many good students, and not all the good students got the bed. So sometimes you had to have contacts and connections, and to finally get the bed. Said that this rabbi was learning in that yeshiva, and he didn't have the bed, and he worked so hard. It was very hard to sleep in the chairs every single night. It's not easy in the bed midrash, it's not normal. He decided he's going to do all the effort to be able to get a bed. That's what he did. He spoke here and he spoke there, and he was learning incredibly and everything. Finally, he gets the bed. So it was the first Shabbat. And there is a new boy that comes to the yeshiva. This new boy was asking around, where people are sleeping and this. And he got to this young fellow, and he tells him, do you know where to, if there is any beds over here, if I can sleep anywhere? Now, he realized that Hazid, this boy, looks like he doesn't know where he's holding. There's no beds over here, Habibi. You have to work hard. But I started to think, what should I do? Should I give my bed? Or should I, if I'm going to give my bed, my whole learning is going to go down, and I'm not going to be able to learn good. The Yetzer Hara knows how to manage us, even with mitzvot and to be tzaddik. So the Yetzer Hara was pushing him, no, don't give him the bed. You're crazy. Bitul Torah. Thinking, he decides, I'm not going to hear my Yetzer Hara. Says, you want a bed? I get a special bed for you. Come after me. Show him the room. You see this bed? It's going to be for you. Don't worry. Everything is set up. Yeah? Welcome to yeshiva. This boy got his bed, and he had to sleep. This future rabbi that became the rabbi of Belgium, he had to sleep in the bed midrash every night. In the chair. He said after a few weeks or months, the Nazis got in. And unfortunately, they didn't leave one yeshiva without getting in. And they got to his yeshiva as well. It was a terrible, terrible scenario. They were coming in every single room, and they were shooting every single Bachur yeshiva. And they were throwing in from the window. He said that when it was his turn, he was in front of that Nazi. A few minutes before, he closed up his eyes and he says to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ribono Shel Olam, I have no merits. The only thing that I might ask you is in the merit of the mitzvah that I did by giving up my own bed to somebody else. Give him salvation. He says that he got his turn to be shot, and he begged to the Nazi, please, have mercy on me, don't kill me. He said, well, Nazi have mercies. They have mercy. But suddenly, the Nazi heard him. Says, you know what? I'm going to save you. Make yourself that you're dead. I'm going to shoot to the wall. Make yourself that you're dead, and I'm going to throw you throughout the window. It wasn't so high. Yeah, you're going to fall in all the rest of the people that are. And at night, escape. And he said, that's what happened. And he gets saved, and he was able to survive the Holocaust. So what was the merit that he had? With zechut he came up for life. Zechut of Gemilut Hasadim. Rabotai, we don't understand. Chesed, obviously we have to look around, but especially in our homes. Sometimes your wife, she's tired. Obviously she's tired. She's working back and forth, and she's cooking, and she's cleaning, and she's taking care of the kids. And now you're coming, you're also tired. Of course, you were working the whole day long. You just want to come back home and sit down on the couch, relax a little, watch, Shiur Torah. Obviously. And then your wife asks you something. You can come. Listen, I'm tired. You don't see me? Gemilut Chasadim, Rabotai. That's the balance. With this zechut, we can come up to Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur and to change all the decree. תשובה, תפילה, צדקה מעבירים מדרוע גזרה. Just to finish up, we have in our parasha, אתם ניצבים היום כולכם לפני השם אלוקיכם. And the Torah is telling us that Moshe Rabbeinu gathered all of Am Yisrael, all of them. Rashechem, Shivtechem, Shotrechem, Kol Ish Yisrael. Everybody was in front of Moshe Rabbeinu. And we explained that which day it was the last day of Moshe Rabbeinu's life. And was the same day of Rosh Hashanah. What is the merit for us? To stand on Rosh Hashanah with a zechut, to have Hashem in our mind. Lifnei Hashem Elokechem. That's why the first halakha that we mentioned, that the Rama writes it down, the first halakha of all the Shulchan Aruch, according to the Rama, what is it? Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid, when we have Hashem in front of our eyes. So it's hard throughout the year maybe, all the time thinking about HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's not easy. But Chachamim are telling us, 10 days of in between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, starting from Rosh Hashanah already, and we can, plan it already from now. Let's start to think a little bit more about Hashem. How? At the moment of your Amidah, our Amidah is going quick, no problem. Take one beracha. One beracha. You choose whatever beracha it will be. If Refaenu, if Shema Kolenu, if Barechenu, whatever you want. That beracha do it a little bit slower. That beracha think about Hashem a little bit more. And having Shiviti Hashem lenegdi tamid, it's the zechut, because Lifnei Hashem Elokechem, says the pasuk, when you're standing in front of Hashem, then you trust on Yud Ke Vav Ke that it's Midat HaRachamim, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives to all of us only mercy. So Yeh Ratzon Borei Olam will have mercy on us be'emet, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu will write all of us Besefer HaChaim ve'atov, with Besorot Tovot, with health, and V'chol Tov, Amen ve'amen.